Hari Om. Namaste, Swamiji.
Namaste. So we'll start.
Start, yes.
Vande Kruna Charana Binde Sandarsita Swatma Sukhavati Nisreyase Jangalikayamane Samsara Halamohashante Abahu Purushakaram Sankhachakra Siddharina Sahasra Sirasam Svetam Pranamami Patanjali. Om Shanti Shanti So, sit down in a comfortable posture. Keep your spine straight. Relax your whole body. Relax your breathing. Just feel the gravity of your body. The Mother Nature is pulling your whole body. Gravitational force. Feel it. Connecting to the earth, the whole body. Now you are completely relaxed. Surrender. Whole body to the Mother Earth. Spine straight. Relax your whole body. Experience the whole body, upper part of the body, crown of the head, eyes, ear. Just visualize them. Every organ of the body, just visualize. Let every organ get divine energy, rising of the energy in every organ of the body by just attention. Just attention. The whole facial muscle, nose, the whole neck, right shoulder, left shoulder, both hands, upper back, middle back, lower back, chest and lungs, lungs and heart, continuous function of the lungs and heart, liver, pancreas, kidney, intestine, bladder, right leg, left leg, five sense organ, five motor organ. Now experience the vital body, the energy body. It is more subtler than this gross body. Because of the subtle body, it is more wider than this gross body. Experience your inhalation, expansion of the body while inhale, contraction of the body, exhale happen. Look at. Conscious the length of the inhale, beginning of the inhale, end of the inhale, beginning of the exhale, end of the exhale. Look at. While inhale, you can feel from the back side, lower part of the spine to upper part of the spine, there is expansion feeling. Lower spine to upper spine. You can feel while expanding the body. And while contracting the body, you can feel every part of the body contracting. Front, back, left, right, up, down, every side there is contraction. Look at. Do it 5 breathing, conscious. With every inhale, there is expansion feeling from root of the spine to top of the spine. Look at. And while contracting, there is feeling of releasing the toxins from the body, releasing the tensions from the body. Look at. Experience the effect of the kriya. Releasing the toxins from the mind. Mind becomes more positive by doing this pranayama. Look at. Easiness feeling. Now, conscious the mind, waking mind, dreaming mind, sleeping mind. Your mind is waking or dreaming or sleeping, conscious of it. Now, of course, it is a waking mind, but sometimes imagination arises, sometimes thoughts arise. Look them. Thought and imagination happen in time and space. That is time. Who create time? Your mind create time for the thought of the mind. For the desire of the mind creates time and space. Look at it. Not create, mind become time and space. See the quality of the mind. All past, present, future, it is nothing but mind alone. Look. Now see the intellect discriminating thoughts arising from the intellect. Intellect creates thought through the memory. Intellect collects the thoughts from the memory. And this memory will collect by the intellect when the impulses arising in the brain. If there is no impulses arising in the brain, stimulation will not arise. Brain, the mind will never create any thought. See, you are just relaxing. The urge for inhale, urge for exhale, it's happening is natural, very natural. The urge arising in your intellect, taking decision by the intellect, see the time and space. Particular time, urges arise, thoughts arise, feelings arise. Look at experience the ego. Whenever the mind arises, means mind, intellect with ego. Try to experience the ego. I am ladies, I am gents, I am weak, I am strong, I am intellect, my mind is dull. See, these types of ego is the object for me. I am not ego. It is object for me. So you are always exist in three period of time, in every state of the mind, either waking or dreaming or sleeping. You are always awake, and in past, present, future always exist. That's why you are the self, because your nature is self, because of your nature. Always, from birth till now, every moment you conscious of every mental state. Childhood mental state is different from younghood mental state. Younghood mental state is different from adulthood mental state. And you are always the seer of every condition of the mind. Look, always awake, always exist, always conscious, and always bliss. Feel it, experience your true nature. Shanti, shanti, shanti. Okay, now we are rub your both palm, keep your both palm over your eyes. By closing eye, try to see the inner space, different color of the star inside the closing eye. Look them. The more you deeply going inside the dark space, the more you are feeling relaxed. Inside the dark space, try to minutely observe. There is very different color of stars. White star, red star, yellow star. Look them. Okay, relax. Release your hands, relax your body. So which star you see inside?
Green and red.
Oh, green is symbol of heart, red is symbol of Muladhara chakra.
One red, many green.
Okay. And red, how much red?
One red in the middle, many green around.
Oh, good. So heart chakra is opening now. Okay. So have you practiced? We have discussed about practice. How to practice? Effort, self-effort. What kind of effort we should do while practicing?
What kind of what?
What kind of effort? Self-effort.
Thought in mind. First awareness, body awareness, breath awareness.
Good. Very nice. So we are discussing about austerity. Tapaswadhyaya Ishvara Pranidhanani Kriya Yoga. So tapa is austerity. We have already discussed about austerity. How many kinds of austerity we are doing? We can able to do, just like fasting is one kind of austerity.
Mhm.
Not talking is one kind of austerity. And sitting quietly long time without any thought, with the concentration of the breathing, inhale and exhale, is one kind of austerity. Doing pranayama is the greatest austerity among all austerity. Pranayama is the greatest austerity. Nadisudan pranayama especially. So this austerity, why you are practicing austerity? To make to developing our intellect, understanding, developing the understanding within me, so that I can come out from the affliction. This Kriya Yoga we should practice. So with this austerity, I should do Swadhyaya. Swadhyaya means study of scripture. Why study of the scripture? Why I should study the scripture? Because I don't know what is right, what is wrong. The scripture, it is made by the saint and sages, realized saint and sages and guru and God. So the scripture will tell me what is right, what is wrong. That's why I should study the scripture. The scripture will tell what is real, what is unreal. I don't know what is unreal and real. So scripture is telling the real is and this, unreal is this. Do you know what is real? What is real and what is unreal?
In Vedanta, everything physical is unreal.
Objective, physical, objective nature. All types of objective nature is called unreal. Subjective nature is called real. What is subject? Yourself is only subject. So self is real and all other things are object for the self. Okay? Self never become object. Can you make yourself object? Can you see yourself?
Yeah, when you, yes, most people think of themselves as objects.
If you will see yourself, then who are you? You are the greatest self, then self. Self can visualize the mind, intellect, ego, impression, everything, body, senses, energy, all kind of things visualized by the self. But who can able to see the self? Self can able to realize, not see as an object. You can't see as an object, but experience as subject is called realization. It only realized by the meditation, where mind, intellect will balance. There is no sattva, rajas, tamas. It is beyond sattva, rajas, tamas. It is beyond the three state of the mind, waking, dreaming, sleeping. It is called turiya. Turiya state only self can experience. Okay, so
So,
that is real.
so to experience the self as object is this realization.
Experience the self means you are self. You can't experience as object. It is subjective nature. Never object possible. You can't see self as subject object. Never. Because self is subject. All other things are object. That's why self is real. All other things are false. What is the nature of the false?
It's ever changing.
Every moment changing. Impermanent nature. Nature of the self is ever permanent, never change. Okay?
Hmm.
And which is never change is called self, is called subject. So that will be experienced by study the scripture. First we study the scripture, then we study ourselves within. Within us, two things are there, Purusha and Prakriti. So Purusha nature is self, Prakriti nature is changing always. Within us, two things are there. To divide these two things only by study. If you will study within properly, you can able to divide. Otherwise, superimposition happens. You think you become the body. You think you become the mind. Means object becomes subject. You think you become the ego. Understand? This happens because of misunderstanding. If you will study yourself, this will never happen. So, second is self study of scripture. And third is surrender to God. Why surrender? What is God? God means who has no any affliction, beyond affliction, no attachment, no ignorance, no like dislike, no ego, mm, ever free, omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient. This is the nature of the self, nature of the God. And surrender to God at last. Why surrender to God? Why surrender? Because the individual nature, it is always decision maker. Individual mind always taking decision. So decision when take, ego will arise. Then this ego will not allow your self to realize. As long as this ego is there, your realization of the self never possible. To dissolve this ego, we should practice the surrender to God. Means I have no separate self. I am not separate self. I am one self. I am not many self. Understand? Ego will create separate self. Example, the wave is create separate from the water. As long as the wave feeling is there, the wave always feel the separate from the water. Like this. As long as you have the ego, you are always feeling the separate from the self. There is a desire to expansion. This desire you will dissolve when you will surrender to God. Okay. So this tapaha, swadhyaya, and Ishvara pranidhana. If you practice three together every moment, always, then what will happen? This Kriya Yoga practice. The second sutra is telling what will happen. Samadhi bhavanartha lesatanu karanarthascha. This Kriya Yoga has as its object promotion of concentration and thinning, removal of affliction. The modification become slowly removed. How to remove this modification? You can see the direct knowledge, the wrong knowledge, the right knowledge is happening in the individual mind. As long as this individual mind will exist, there is always conflict. The like and dislike always develop. So to come out from the individual mind, come out from the individual feeling, we should practice this Kriya Yoga. Then wrong knowledge, superimposition. This will happen because of ego. Same ego create wrong knowledge, mistaking wrong view. This individual I-ness, separate self, create many modifications within the mind. This modification developed by the afflictions, and this affliction will slowly reduce by practice of Kriya Yoga. So if one practice Kriya Yoga through tapas, swadhyaya, and Ishvara Pranidhana, one can attain stability in samadhi. And the afflictions which obstruct the mind from attaining steadiness and make the mind vacillate are slowly removed. So it is most important to practice this Kriya Yoga always. This is the self-effort. Okay? Any doubt about the Kriya Yoga? Good. So how long you should practice? 1 day or 2 days? How long?
I practice every day.
Yeah. Every day.
Every day.
So continuous or after 1 month he will stop and again he will start again after 1 month?
No, every day I reject invitations so I can continue.
Okay. How long you will continue?
Per day?
Hmm?
Per day, each day?
How long? How many days you will continue?
Yeah, until I perfected my techniques.
Okay.
My meditation is not perfect.
Until you realize.
45 minutes is not perfect.
Okay.
1.5 hours is more perfect.
But you can see your habit, see your strength. How long you can able to practice? And slowly, slowly, if you regulate your practice, regular in your practice, slowly, slowly, increase. Time will increase.
Mm.
So, these afflictions slowly, slowly reduce by your practice. If you will practice every day. So, next sutra is telling what is affliction. What are the afflictions are there? Avidya, asmita, raga, dvesa, avindas, klesha. Avidya means ignorance. Afflictions are ignorance. Then from the ignorance, I-ness arises. I am ladies, I am gents, I am weak, I am strong. See the I-ness, I amness. Then attachment. Attachment means like whatever good things which is suitable for my mind and body. I want to keep it for always. The attachment arises for that, which is giving me happy. And which is giving me unhappy, I want to hate them. So like and dislike will continue. And desire to clinging to the life. See, desire to clinging towards life. I want to live this life long time. I don't want to die. See, see the mental tendency to keeping this I-ness always long time.
How can you overcome fear of death? Many people are afraid of death. Sannyasins are afraid of death.
Why afraid of death? That's why no mind want to die. Why? Clinging towards the life means I want to exist forever. Why you want to exist forever? I am getting happiness always from that object. Continue long time. I don't want to die. So this is coming because of ignorance. This is the affliction. So these hindrances is the obstacle, hindrances in the path of samadhi. This is the psychic hindrance. So among of the afflictions, ignorance is the ground for the later afflictions. Ignorance, what is ignorance?
It's the not knowing.
That definition will tell later.
Yeah, I know. It's you cannot tell the real from the unreal is the ignorance.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. See, the fifth verse is telling Anitya asuchi dukkhana atmasu nitya suchi sukhatmakhyati avidya. Ignorance is to regard the non-eternal as eternal, the impure as pure, the painful as pleasant, the non-Atman as Atman. So this ignorance is the cause of superimposition. What the Advaita Vedantins call it adhyasa. Which is non-eternal. See the superimposition. We don't know superimposition. What is that? Your body is the prakriti, nature, always changing. So Purusha is self. When they get together, the self nature appear in the body. Who are you? I am body. Means self become the body, and the nature become the self. I am. Who are you? I. Who is that I? I am body. See the superimposition. The nature become the self, self become the nature. They get together. Non-eternal as eternal. The impure as pure. The painful as pleasant. Non-Atman as Atman. See the power of misunderstanding. In Buddhist, we call misunderstanding. This happened, but misunderstanding. Your understanding is not correct. Mental understanding is not correct. Because of misunderstanding, this happened. Superimposition happened. Just like mm, the wave feeling, I am separate from the water, like that. Attachment towards the body and mind. Why attachment? Because of wrong view. I am the body. Next is, so this is the first affliction. So next affliction is asmita. Drik darshana satyoho ekatmada eva iva asmita. identification of the organ of cognition with the self is asmita. Who is the primary organ of cognition? The intellect is the primary organ of the cognition. Isn't that it? Intellect. On the when the identification of the organ of cognition with the self is when the self and the intellect they get together, then the real nature of two, self and buddhi, they become one. So when you will understand the real nature of both, what is the nature of the self, what is the nature of the buddhi, the intellect, then this knowledge will lead you to samadhi, lead you to liberation. So physical asmita, ego. You can apply in your life. Then you can see who am I. When the ego of Atmananda, you can see the ego within you, where it is. Ego means yourself and intellect, they get together. Then I. The moment this I arrives, time and space create for you. And time and space make yourself separate from others. This view, wrong view develop. I am separate from other. Otherness develop. Though there is no otherness. Example, the wave and the water. The moment wave experience I am separate, I have name and form, experience, I am something, that wave experience only the waves, there is no water. Because identification with this name and form. The same thing happen within us. Though we all are one, the moment I identify myself, I am name and form, then separate self create. And this self, this separate self is the cause of manyness, oneness to manyness. Self is one, but that self becomes many self because of this wrong understanding, wrong identification with the self, with the intellect. Because of this ego. Then there itself creates attachment. The moment separate self arises, that self, inside that separate self, there is some decision quality in the intellect that decide what is wrong and what is right. What is right according to the intellect, attachment develop. What is wrong, hating develop. Two demon arise, like and dislike. Who create this separate self, ego, I-ness? And the separate self is the wrong view. Understand? This wrong view create the separate self, and separate self it create this two demon, like and dislike. And like and dislike create this attachment towards the life, abhinivesa. I don't want to destroy my life. I want to exist forever. See, this attachment towards the life will develop. Abhinivesa will develop. Okay?
Mm.
So, for the next class, until next class, try to read again this up to 9. Okay? Up to Sutra 9. Read again and again and try to practice them. Try to contemplate on them and meditate on them. Okay? Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Ananta Sat,
Sat.
thank you very much for your presence.
Thank you very much.
Om